98.1. I'm your host, Folu. In the studio with me right now, though, to talk sports inside the locker room, I have got Tega Onojaife, aka Tega Supreme. Good morning, Tega.
Good morning, Mega.
Excellent. Always great to have you here. When we hear your voice, we know it's sporting time.
Yeah, aka the sports one.
aka the sports one. Do join in the conversation and of course the banter this morning by simply tweeting at Smooth981FM, but using our hashtag for sports. It is LockerRoom981. That hashtag is important so we can see your messages and read them out over the airwaves. But don't forget, you can also message via WhatsApp if just a few characters it just isn't enough for you and you need to express yourself freely. Then send us a WhatsApp message to 0809 4440981. But first things first, let's delve into the story, shall we, Tega? Are we ready? Okay, first up on the list of things to discuss this morning, the African Women Cup of Nations champions, our own Super Falcons, will start their build-up to the FIFA Women World Cup with the Cyprus Women Cup build for February. So Nigeria Football Federation President Amaju Pinnick is hopeful that the Super Falcons will get to the highest level of competitive edge for the FIFA Women World Cup in France, with the tournament in Cyprus and others that have been lined up for the team. So they're 12-year-old boys that will be playing. That's good. So 12 nations will participate in the Cyprus tournament that's billed for February 25th to the 7th of March 2019. And Nigeria happened to be in Group C with Belgium, Slovakia and Austria.
Yes, good news. So the NFF so far is keeping their promises to the women. Yeah, they paid them their bonuses. And now they are organizing friendlies. Well, this competition, okay, South Africa is also going to this competition, so I'm suspect maybe it was an invitational. But regardless whether it was an invitational or not, that information not yet certain. But what it is that Nigeria, the Super Falcons, will be involved in some competition and some preparation before the World Cup. So this is between February and March. So we'll be facing other teams, not 11 sisters or 22 boys. It's good teams. I think there's some other teams in this tournament that have also qualified for the World Cup. So that'll be good preparation for Nigeria. So this is the first one. Hopefully there'll be more to come. But because they did this and because they paid their bonus, I applaud you, the NFF. You know, I flog them when they don't do well. Yes. So let me applaud them when they do well.
This is good.
Thank you, NFF, for keeping your promises.
For doing your jobs
so far.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Up next, Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr. Well, he said that he's made changes to the program of action that he submitted to the Nigeria Football Federation ahead of the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations to be hosted by a yet-to-be-named country. You like the mystery. He says, our program has been submitted, like I told you, waiting also for the CAF decision about the host country of African Cup of Nations. I have already submitted the match reports for the Eagles' last 2 matches against South Africa and Uganda. They are very important going forward in the Eagles' preparation for next year's AFCON. So a lot of preparation going on.
I like this. He has his own calendar, his own schedule, says, look, this is what I want to do, you guys should just do what you need to do. I heard when we were sure that it was Cameroon, he had set camp for Uyo because it was kind of the same area. You know, Uyo is not that far from Cameroon if you think about it. But now that the countries have been changed, we don't know where we're going to. He's still saying this is what we're going to do, but there may be slight changes due to where we're going to go because of weather conditions if we have to move further up north for the team to prepare. But it's good news that I know the tournament is in June. The Super Eagles coach has already said we have these plans, and so anything else except the technical committee that will say they don't have enough money or time to plan this, or the NFF itself. But I think the Super Eagles are pretty much good to go. They're usually pretty much good to go. These other national teams that are the ones that struggle. Like the Sand Eagles and the Super Falcons.
Sand Eagles do alright.
Yeah, but no preparation. Did you see how they got to the competition? The fact that they managed to qualify for the World Cup wasn't.
I'm so sorry I brought that up. I see what you're saying. Lagos, do continue sending in those messages. Remember, the Twitter hashtag is LockerRoom981 and the WhatsApp number is 0809 4440981. Up next, F1. Lewis Hamilton has sought to explain a remark at the BBC Sports Personality of the Year Awards in which he apparently insulted his hometown. Yes, happy to make it out of the ghetto, boy. Okay. During the awards, he says, "It really was a dream for us all as a family to do something different, for us to get out of the slums. Well, not the slums, but to get out of somewhere and do something. We all set our goals very high, but we did it as a team." Now, this remark sparked a huge backlash and prompted the leader of the Stevenage Borough Council to say it was disappointing that people felt very offended. Now, five-time F1 champion Hamilton took to Instagram to send a message to the people back in the UK, but also to the people of Stevenage, saying, "I'm super proud of where I've come from, and I hope that you know that I represent the best way that I can always, and nobody's perfect. I definitely make mistakes quite often, particularly when you're up in front of a crowd trying to find the right words to express the long journey that you've had in life. I chose the wrong words." People said, "What?"
People said, "What? I'm living in the slums." We were like,
"Slums?
Are these
Oh, you must be having a laugh, eh?"
I don't know where. Look, I don't know where that place is in economic ratings.
Yes.
But maybe he's just trying to say where I'm now.
Yes.
And where I've come from is totally different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but look, you know what? No excuses. He's apologized. Let's move on. Because anything else to add to what you said? Yeah, the people already know what he means now.
I mean, I think isn't it part of this in a way pressure when you are supposed to give some sort of moving story? People need to feel that you've moved from a certain point. Look at me now.
Like, he could have said I moved from my couch to my father's couch to where I am now.
No, that's not dramatic now. How will they know? I've seen people on international news platforms that I know saying things like, from my difficult upbringing. I was like, excuse?
Well, I say this to some people. It was difficult. What is difficult upbringing to some people is
perspective.
Do you understand?
It is perspective.
Because I know some of my friends say I'm broke, and I look at them and like, girl, you don't even know how to spell broke. But
understood.
On their level, that's broke.
Yes, but I guess he did apologize.
Yeah.
I guess Stevenage Borough will have to figure out how they feel about it, whether they'll accept this apology. I know he can't visit home anytime soon. So
nah, he is in LA.
Better Christmas in
LA.
Spain or something. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's keep it moving. Up next, Barcelona forward Lionel Messi says that he never imagined having so much success after being presented with a record 5th European Golden Shoe Award. No grass to grace the story here. Messi said, "The truth is, I had no idea this would happen when I started. I dreamt of playing football, professional football, and enjoying success. I love the game, but I never imagined I would have so much." You see, Messi currently leads Europe's goal-scoring charts once again with 14 goals so far this term as he targets a 6th Golden Shoe Award. I mean, when is it ever going to stop?
We don't know. This year, this season, he's already leading top scorers, and here's what's stunning. Like, sometimes he's a forward, but he also drops in a lot deeper. So, when somebody is leading in assists and goals, then you know that person is actually contributing a lot. It's not like he's playing on the shoulder of the last defender, but he
digs in. He's part of the team.
Yeah, he just does some.
He's a good team player.
He just does some crazy stuff. But congratulations to him. Sadly, the Golden Boot couldn't get him in the top 3 of the best footballer of the year on the Ballon d'Or.
You know how we feel about that. I think they were just being rude. Okay.
No, but by the standards he said, he didn't. You know how,
because he's phenomenal. He wasn't as phenomenal.
You know how you
set,
yeah, exactly. You know how you set a standard and then people start judging you differently.
By that standard.
So he scored goals. He had assists. Was the highest goal scorer in Europe. Unfortunately, like I said,
somehow he didn't make it into.
Wow. He didn't.
I think what we should be focusing on right now is figuring out what water he uses to bath, what he drinks, if we can get a little bit of his hair.
No point, he was born like this. I mean, think about it. You hear the story. Okay, so let's talk of growth. You hear the story of great players. Let me talk about another rival that people always put Messi beside. Cristiano Ronaldo growing up in Portugal, and he had to get to I think 21 or 22 before Manchester United discovered him.
Yes.
And yes, that myth that he was excellent in Portugal, that's a myth. Because there were 2 big clubs in Portugal and he wasn't playing for either one of them. So let's not even go there. but you know, he had to be a particular age, and you see the same. You look at the growth of players like Thierry Henry. You see, they get to a particular age and then they start growing. Messi was 8 when he was discovered by Barcelona.
I reiterate, we need to discover the water that his grandmother used to bath him when he was younger, and just a lock of his head, just
so he's more magic stuff. You don't see, it's not as much hard work as
it's
it is magic.
Behavior. I'm telling you. So in case
with the rest of them is hard work, like they put in the work and you can see the result. But with him, he was discovered 8. And 8 and Harvard decided you're intelligent.
One day on the locker room, there's a report about this African woman that was caught collecting bits of Messi's hair.
I will just deny you.
It's time to take a quick break. When we come back, there will be more discussions about sports, maybe less about collecting memorabilia from sports icons, as you're listening to the Locker Room on Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1.
Alright guys, let me tell you how my typical day works. In the morning, the first thing I do is turn on my radio, hit the button,
can you reset?
First thing I turn on to kickstart my day and listen to my favorite radio station.
Because I wanted us to read 1 or 2 messages before we get into the Mourinho story.
Yes.
This is bad.
This radio is bad. It is my morning tea of news.
My radio understands my peculiarities. It takes me on a journey. My radio, it's the pleasure I derive whilst driving to work.
And not the least, my evening drive with traffic stress. My dial smooth 98.1 brings all that into my
Love music, love life.
Don't go too far.
With as little as 5,000 naira, you can give a gift that keeps on giving with mutual funds from FBN Quest Asset Management. Because as your funds grow, your gift multiplies. Call 0810-082-0082 or email invest@fbnquest.com to start now. FBN Quest Asset Management is an FBN Holdings company.
But your skin getting much better. Moisturize, hydrate, protect your skin. It's designed to help you shine. Get for your skin all the time. Everybody need that lotion. Need that lotion. You need that lotion.
Okay, yeah, there you go. See,
Try your body lotions as a good dry skin this Valentine.
Can you imagine? No
Do you
message
want to
here.
travel the world with an
That's how
unforgettable
they used to be. It's very
Travel
rude.
Wings has you totally covered.
Okay, you can
Guarantee
read
you
1 or 2
Yeah, I'll just
messages
read from here.
service, highly
before we go into
ticket pricing and so much more. Visit us on www.travelwings.com.ng or you visit our Lagos office at Zari Plaza,
there's
Sheraton Link Road,
So
Keja,
just 1
Lagos.
message
Travel
here.
Wings. Come get your wings to fly.
Okay, we are in studio silence. Of course, and so much more. Fantastic sporting conversation right here inside the Locker Room on Smooth Breakfast. I'm your host, Folu. In the studio with me, we've got amazing sports pundit, Tega Onojaife. Good morning, Tega.
Good morning.
All right, so just before the break, we were talking about the magic that is Messi, but we'll move away from that onto several of your messages that have come through. They are flooding in, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see. This one is in from Agumbiade Real One, who says having a sporting director of football in place is essential, as this will allow United to have a coherent structure when pursuing players, meaning Shotgun Ed will be able to botch countless negotiations related to football, as he's done for years. Okay, I see you already getting into that Mourinho side of the conversation. While this one is in from Chumabi Victor, who says, congrats to Lionel Messi for winning his 5th Golden Boot in Europe, but he should allow other players to have a taste of these now. Okay, I see. And this one is in from Big T, saying Slums and Hamilton. That dude lives in LA, in the USA. Guys in the UK, kindly forgive him if he thinks he's slumming it when he comes home. And then for Nigerians shouting, please look around where we. What are we? Wow. And says Ronaldo worked to be great. Messi just, he farts football greatness. That's what I was trying to make it better, but that's really what he wrote. Is I can't cushion that one. While up on Twitter, we've got a few as well. Jimabi Victor also tweeting at us to say, for me, allowing Jose Mourinho leave is the wisest decision from the management. He hasn't been fantastic at Man United. He should go for a year sabbatical and reset himself. I think with that, what is it, 22 million payoff? I think he'll be okay with that sabbatical. So that's a nice exit there. And Wise Man Jesus also tweets to say, my nephew came home from school yesterday, turned on the TV, and joyously fell to his knees with his arms in the air when he heard the news of Mourinho's sacking. He is 12. It should not be like this. Even kids recognize how poor it's been. On that note, I think it is time for us to delve into the story, Tega. Are we ready? Okay, I think we are. Manchester United have sacked Jose Mourinho after Sunday's defeat at Liverpool left the club 11 points adrift of the Premier League top 4. So Mourinho departs Old Trafford after 2.5 years, with United sitting 6th in the table and with only 1 win in the league since November 3rd. So he was informed of the decision at the club's Carrington training ground on Tuesday, with Executive Vice Chairman Ed Woodward delivering the news in person around 9:30 a.m. Nice and early. So the clubs are closing in on the appointment of former striker Ole Gunnar as interim boss, provided that they can agree terms with the Norwegian club Molde. But Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino still remains the firm favourite for the role on a permanent basis.
Here's what is even
the drama. My jaw hit the floor when I saw the
No, I don't think my jaw hit the floor. But here's what's interesting.
Okay.
I think Manchester United mistakenly sent out a post that the
yes,
and then they deleted it.
And we've seen this before.
Yeah, and then they deleted it
on their site.
But what it is first and foremost, I'd have to say this up front. Mourinho was fired for being Mourinho. Which is insanity in and of itself. You know, they say insanity is knowing that
it's doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
So these people woke up in the morning and they heard that if you walk in front of a trailer, that it will hit you, it will knock you down and probably crush you. And they stood in front of the trailer, and now it has knocked them down and they're crushed, and they're like, oh my God, how could you do this to us, trailer? And that's what happened. 3 years ago, I remember saying it on this same show. Jose Mourinho was not the man for Manchester United. I love Jose Mourinho. I'm a Jose Mourinho fan. But Manchester United is not a Chelsea or Man City that has no legacy or no class. You know, they have traditions. They have a way they are, the way they play their football, the way they bring their trophies. They have a style. That is Manchester United. So Jose Mourinho didn't fit into that style. So Manchester United fans coming to tell me stuff like or pundits coming to say stuff like, it's not just that he was losing or he's 11 points off the top 4, it's that he didn't free up the players because he was too defensive. He was defensive from FC Porto when he won the UEFA Champions League in 2004. How did you not know in 2015 that he's never been anything but defensive? You know, somebody said, oh, he was fired because he talks and sparks controversy in the media. He was like that before Manchester United hired him. To Manchester United, several times when he was the coach of Chelsea. Were they blind? So at the end of the day, they're firing a man that they shouldn't have hired in the first place. So they're not firing Jose Mourinho for failing because Jose Mourinho went there and was Jose Mourinho. They're firing themselves. They're firing Jose Mourinho for the mistakes they made. That's just the bottom line. And I know some of Manchester United fans are celebrating. I remember 3 years ago, people were saying we wanted to win by force. Well, he got you 2 trophies, the Europa League and the FA Cup. Hug it tight and take your L.
It was just a previously unresolved recruiting.
Do you understand? Don't come and tell me that Jose Mourinho he should be more like Jurgen Klopp and Pochettino. Those guys haven't done diddly squats.
Okay, so I'm going to take a few of the messages so that you can respond to them, because clearly a lot of people do have things to say and want to weigh in on this. Sharif Oluwaleke says, December 17, 2015, Mourinho sacked by Chelsea. December 18, 2018, Mourinho sacked. I've always said that Mourinho is a good coach and a bad manager. And I also said that he won't last 3 seasons when Man United appointed him. Apparently, he was sacked when Jurgen Klopp beat him at Dortmund, Real Madrid 4-1. Also, Chelsea, Klopp beat him 3-1 as Liverpool manager, and now Klopp beat him again 3-1 in Man U, and he's sacked. I guess Klopp is his nemesis, says Sharif. Interesting. While we've got this one in from Sixtus, who says, but if Mourinho was sacked for not evolving, what would you say about players that are not giving their all to the team? Are they not part of the blame? Not to talk of the board? Who is next, says Sixtus?
You can't sack 20-something players. You can sack one man.
This one is sending me intense stats. No, we don't have time for that. Well, MI from Akoka says, some Red Devil fans are mourning over Mourinho this morning. I can't let go of the sarcasm. Please, I want to be a ball boy for EPL, so if they sack me, I can get some Benjamins. Else, where were we when Jose is going to collect 24 million pounds sterling? Pogba, by the way, is somewhere dabbing and singing, so you have come to the end of the road. Allah, boys to men. We see you. We see you. Still more messages are coming in. There are so many. Let's see. Chimay Nancy says, I knew Jose would be sad, but I didn't see it coming right now. I actually felt so bad when he left Chelsea, but now I feel worse because I like the flair and the paparazzi that he brings to the EPL. The same special one is now the sacked one. While Nathan Njoku says Jose shot himself in the foot by wanting Pogba to mark, bringing in Sanchez on a huge wage bill to do nothing and did not give Pogba the captain handband that he promised, and making him the highest paid in the team, giving Rashford the number 10 jersey and deflecting blame. Ooh, those are a lot of reasons though. What do you say to that?
Those are all the same Jose reasons. And like, you guys, don't be ridiculous. This is a guy that took Samuel Eto'o to the UEFA Champions League finals. Samuel Eto'o is a striker and made him play fullback. The nerve of you people to come and blaming you for being. Please, next story. I don't want to waste my time on Mourinho.
And we'll talk about Klopp, aka the nemesis. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp admits that he is pleased to have avoided his old team Borussia Dortmund and Italian champions Juventus in the draw for the last 16 of the Champions League. When asked about Monday's draw, Klopp said, to be 100% honest, for that round, there were only two clubs I did not fancy getting, really. Dortmund, I did not want to meet that early. If we meet from that round on, it's good for both clubs and we'll see what happens. And Juventus, because for me, they are the favourites for the tournament. They're so experienced because of the age group they are. It looks a little bit like the defence's last chance. It will really be difficult to beat Juve this year, he says.
Yes, I totally agree with him. Juve, for me, seem like the most likely. However, they still, well, I wouldn't say they have a tough job because it's Niko Kovac, you know. Bayern Munich hasn't really been the Bayern Munich. So people saying that Liverpool against Bayern Munich is a tough draw it's Bayern Munich's name you're looking at. If Kovac is still there, I think Liverpool can easily take Bayern Munich any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Tottenham Dortmund is quite tricky because both teams like to score, but on the other hand, Dortmund somehow concedes a lot more goals, and they're playing a league with slower pace, so maybe Tottenham may have the upper hand there. But for me, the fixture of the what I put it of that round of 16 will be the Atletico Madrid fixture. That's the tough one. But I think everybody else pretty got it easy. I mean, the draws for me, Manchester City look like they'll make it through. It was PSG, Manchester United. I don't know who is going to be caretaker coach now, but PSG now for me it looks more likely. Funny enough, with Jose Mourinho, I thought Manchester United had a chance. Without him, I'm not sure. I think PSG definitely taking that one, especially with the upheaval and all. Barcelona look like they're going to take their own because they're playing against Lyon. So interesting fixtures, but Liverpool doesn't have much to worry about.
All right, okay. On that note, let's take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll carry on with more sports stories and, of course, a few more of your comments right here inside the locker room on Smooth 98.1.
You know, I just looked up and it was four. I was like, where did all the time go? I was like, what the hell am I doing with Mourinho?
I love music, I love life, and of course, I love my radio.
For the simple reason,
It keeps me sane, it keeps me calm,
and of course, my therapist.
like a friend.
Keep me company, that is.
And it just keeps me anchored. My radio, my dial.
Smooth 98.1.
I was like, man, time flies, bro. I was like, when did we come in?
I came in on 7.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Let's see now, already. It's only 2 stories left.
Who is she? She's a
Well, I've
boss.
gone through it. So that is how it be like sometimes.
She's
Like,
a
what is
giant.
wrong?
Sometimes you just look at
Spicing
like,
up the
wow,
world
the
with
time
her
I
smile,
finished.
touch, and words. She's a kitchen grandmaster.
I was like,
Working up
we're still
and
talking Mourinho and it is
She
1:38.
is a woman.
Get off my show!
In so many ways.
I knew he was going to take time.
That's why you choose Maggie Star, made from natural soya beans and other carefully selected ingredients to help you cook the difference.
With Maggie, cook the difference.
Hello. I want your frank opinion about something. After a hard day's work, it's normal for you to take out a few minutes or hours to kick back, relax, and recharge yourself for your next adventure. But should your money be doing the same thing? Relaxing? It's totally unacceptable for your money or mine not to work. Money should work for you.
Hey,
or
chill
not
over.
all the days.
That's
So
really
if you
not.
have some money
Like,
just
I
laying
just
around,
realized that
put
that's
it in the
the
I
bank I'm
Invest
talking
app
about.
and let it make you more money.
Keep your money working for you easily by investing in treasury bills with the iInvest mobile app. Just download the iInvest app now from the Google or Apple stores and start investing.
If you use his lovely integrated, then you have to put some banking
No,
on
this is a pacey song. That's why banky songs are literally like. This is like a upbeat. Don't worry, it's an upbeat song. I can't. Okay, we are back.
Critics are calling it the perfect holiday movie. Grab the family and head out to see the comedy unfold.
No, the banky songs we have just
Now
don't fit in
showing in
for this
cinemas
time.
nationwide.
They're too
My name
slow.
is Jessica Bongos. And
Studio.
this is Smooth.
Indeed, we are your Love Music, Love Life station, and we're talking sports inside the locker room. So quickly, let's talk about Arsenal, as Unai Emery has vowed to play a strong team in tonight's North London derby against Tottenham. He says ahead of the visit to Tottenham, our first idea is that we play with better players. You cannot use too many young players in this derby because the opposition is a very big opposition, and this demands from us a big performance. He says tomorrow, but today we can maybe use some young players because we think they can give a big performance and can help us win.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and mix, especially with the injuries he has, and the game over the weekend. He's going to have to mix his team, but because he's playing a big opposition in the Carabao Cup, it's important that he throws in some big names there, and it's a rivalry like no other. It's against Tottenham, especially considering what happened in the last game against Tottenham, where they came from behind and they eventually won the game by 4-2. Tottenham will be still smarting from that. And again, Pochettino, with all the talk about Pochettino, he's so great, he's so progressive, modern football days, hasn't won deadly squad. This is opportunity to win something. Exactly. So this is opportunity to win something, and so he'll be taking this seriously. And so Unai Emery would want to also take this seriously. So that's a North London derby, and it's a Carabao Cup. Shouldn't be making too much fuss, but because it is a derby, both teams will come out with their, best Arsenal.
Okay.
Did I just say that?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So, it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Bournemouth is also playing against Chelsea, and Manchester City already qualified yesterday via penalties after the full-time draw with Leicester City. Yes.
Exciting stuff. Okay, so let's round up the locker room, shall we? We've got several messages. She says, compliments, guys, but why is Mourinho still flashing me since yesterday? Even now, as I'm sending you people message, kilo day. Is that what I advised you to exhibit when you took my new job, ni? But Tega, please, as a co paying the Delta State medals in their millions, and also Tega, please tell me again, how many gold medals, Joe? Because
163.
I will soon block you people. We need WADA to time. WADA tested people, yes, we don't know yet. Okay. Emmanuel from Akoka says, Tega said Chelsea has no class. That was painful. While Big T says Jose Mourinho is sacking, Chelsea sacked him £20 million. Man United sacked him £24 million. Please, somebody sack me now. Is he Portuguese? He sounds like my fellow evil man. Okay. And let's see, Bash from Yama says, so happy that Jose has left the Red Devil. That club is dead with rubbish players. What style that the same Sir Alex play 11-player defenders against Barcelona in 2008 to win by 1 goal on aggregate? They're living in a fantasy world. The Red Devils won't make top 4 and will be knocked out by PSG. Exactly what happened to Chelsea in 2016 when they sacked Jose. Okay. Thanks, Bash. On that note, we're done with sports inside the locker room. Tega, thank you very much. Please join her in more conversation on Twitter. She is at Tega Supreme. And just, it's been amusing, I have to say. It has been. Coming up next, it is a very interesting Lagos Talk special. We have Mr. Bankole Wellington, who will be stepping into the studio to discuss matters of accountability and good governance. And obviously, we do know that he is going to be running for an office on a federal level, and we'd love to have your take on it. So get ready to call us up on 0144 89981. Good morning.